Today I'm going to show you how I cook and test my own homemade rocket engines from just fertilizer and sugar. This is extremely dangerous, so do not try this at home. I have learned how to make my own solid rocket motors by studying the chemistry of the propellants and learning about rocket propulsion theory. All rocket engines must combine oxygen and some kind of fuel. The oxidizer we are using is potassium nitrate, a common fertilizer that can be found at almost any hardware store sold as stump remover. The fuel is sorbitol, a low-calorie sweetener. Table sugar could also be used, however sorbitol burns much cleaner. Our fuel will be a mix of 65% potassium nitrate and 35% sorbitol by weight. Today we are cooking a 250-gram batch. This will make approximately 2 rocket motors. I have gone ahead and ran both ingredients in a ball mill for several hours to reduce the particle size. Now we are going to melt the two ingredients together. We are using a pancake skillet so we can precisely control the temperature. It is important to keep the temperature down in order to not ignite the propellant while cooking. This should be done in a safe location using the proper safety equipment. Heating the ingredients will produce a white slurry. Once the two ingredients are melted together, we can cast the fuel into the rocket casing. A clay nozzle is added to build pressure in the chamber. A coring rod is then placed in the propellant grain to increase the burning surface area. I have built my own thrust stand to safely test and acquire data from rocket motors. The stand electronically ignites the motors so I can be a safe distance away. I made some homemade black powder and coated thin wires to make electronic igniters. It also has a scale underneath the motor that measures the thrust throughout the burn. By having the thrust data for a motor, we can calculate the total impulse of the rocket, a critical number in rocket design. You find total impulse by integrating to find the area underneath of the thrust curve. There are many other numbers you can measure and calculate in order to design a more efficient rocket. However, for now, I am just measuring thrust on these tests. In the future, I would like to measure pressure and nozzle exit velocity. Here are some clips from the tests. Hopefully you have gained insight into how a rocket engine works and what goes into making one. Again, this is very dangerous and requires much precaution, so do not try to make these at home. Thank you for listening.